Waiting back in his own end zone, and he will bring it out 5 yards from the end zone. And he's out across the 20 to the 30. Across midfield. Patterson inside the 30, and on the opening kickoff, the rookie Cordarrelle Patterson goes for the touchdown. 105 yards.
Getting things started. Green Bay won the toss, deferred, so the Packers will kick off. Cordarrelle Patterson will take it from 8 yards deep, and one of their #1 draft choices through the middle, and he starts things with a great run back, being chased by Mastay. He can't get him, and all the way for a touchdown. And they're going to rule it 109 yards, which equals the longest play in the history of the National Football League. You can't have a play any longer than that.
You could almost give him 109.5. He almost stepped out of the back of the end zone on this one. One of the most exciting young players we've seen come in the National Football League in a long time. This one wasn't easy. That was a tight little squeeze of a hole that he had to maintain full speed through. He's done it again, his second of the season. Take a look at how close to the line Cordarrelle Patterson was. There he goes, about maybe a foot or so away from the end line. And then this is just all raw talent. That is not much of a spot at all. And then the ability to re-accelerate. That's their 3rd return for a touchdown now out of special teams. I'll tell you, Mike Prefer's group doing a great job.
Well, I'll tell you what, Antonio Cromartie and Cordarrelle Patterson will not want to see this building get blown up in a couple of months, because the 2 longest plays in the history of the NFL have both taken place here. Cromartie did it on a missed field goal attempt in 2007.
Risen up to the occasion and it produced against a really good defense.
A bouncer from Janikowski. Cordarrelle Patterson, trouble picking it up, but he can run. And gets up across the 30. Patterson down the sideline. Could Janikowski get to him? No! It's going to be a touchdown Vikings on the Patterson return. Unbelievable.
I tell you, sometimes, Chris, when these balls start squibbing on the ground, watch how long it takes him to get this ball under his control, and the lane integrity of the Raiders coverage unit just gets a little out of whack. Look at those guys on the right side of your screen just pick up a perfect wall right here, and he's just got speed to burn. Sebastian Janikowski's got no chance to catch him.
This passing game the last 3 weeks has opened up doors that they just haven't shown before. Cordarrelle Patterson, big seam, big hole. He might try and take this all the way, and he will. No flags. 101 yards, and the Vikings are on the board.
Kevin, there's been no doubting Cordarrelle Patterson's talent, his ability. You talked about 3 touchdown returns prior to this one. This is his 4th. He breaks 1 tackle, breaks a 2nd, and then it is on. It's a foot race, and you're not catching this guy. Loaded with talent. They need to find a way, in my mind, to get him on the offensive side of the ball. He's had some maturing to do. They say it's finally starting to take root. Mike Zimmer not easy on him. But with that much talent, you got to find a role for him on the offensive side of the ball as well.
So finally, something for these Viking fans to cheer about.
Arizona down by 3 at the half. Patterson will bring it out. Full head of steam. He's gone. Patterson, what a start to the half. Touchdown, Minnesota. Special teams. A score for the Vikings.
Time you get the ball, you got to make the block. The first one right here to at least give him a chance to spring it. They pick off Patrick Peterson on the outside as well. And then you're one-on-one. And at some point as a return man, you got to make somebody miss. And Cordarrelle Patterson does just that once he gets ahead of steam.
There's no catching him. Now you get a kickoff return touchdown and an interception return touchdown. And that's why all those stats that we just showed that are in favor of the Arizona Cardinals mean nothing.
The 6-year veteran formerly with Carolina and Philadelphia. From the 5, Patterson. Patterson. He's got track level speed. Patterson is gone. 95 yards. Cordarrelle Patterson. Touchdown. Patterson giveth. Patterson taketh away.
Good block by Chris Hogan. Good block there by Jackson, who redeems himself. Talk about redemption. This kickoff return, redemption for Patterson. And a high five.
And a little high kick into the end zone for Patterson. That's when it was done.
In order to move the football and win games, and they've been able to find ways to do it. It's been a collective effort and has been here today.
Cordarrelle Patterson with some running room, and look out. The big fella's across the 50. He's inside the 30. Breaks a tackle to the 10. Patterson goes the distance. 102 yards. About how great the special teams have been for the Saints. This time it's the Bears who deliver.
Yeah, you got to find ways to come up with points somewhere, and this time it's Cordarrelle Patterson. Marcus Williams was the first guy who had an opportunity to make a play on him, and he is not able to, and then after that, it's all Cordarrelle Patterson.
To start the third quarter, Dan Bailey puts it in the air. Cordarrelle Patterson waiting for a big return. 5 yards deep out of the end zone, trying to run it out. Down the sideline. Patterson has 7 for his career. Looking for 8 down the sideline. Throws up the deuces for the touchdown. Exactly what the Bears needed. 105-yard kick return for Cordarrelle Patterson. And with it, he ties for the most in NFL history. The Bears love the third quarter all of a sudden. Wow. And that's how Chicago takes the lead.
When you talk about infusing some energy and juice into a fanless stadium, this is how you do it. You return a kick for a touchdown coming right out of the half. This kind of all of a sudden cures your woes as far as you being.
And especially in this offense, you better be able to do that. And St. Brown does really well. Here's Patterson, who fumbled the last time he touched it. Cordarrelle Patterson has a seam. Patterson splits it. Goodbye. Cordarrelle Patterson, the 9th time in his NFL career. A house call on a kick.
I tell you, that was tremendous vision, because I think he's coming all the way out to the right, and Cordarrelle Patterson sees something back into the middle of the field, and boy, this guy's in his 30s. He's going untouched. When he went between the 2 guys on the coverage team, I'm like, why didn't you try to get outside? And he splits them and pulls away from them.
9 kick return touchdowns for Cordarrelle Patterson. He breaks the tie with Josh Cribbs and Leon Washington.
I love the fact that he had a fumble the last time he returned the kick, and he comes back out and he redeems himself. Watch this. He's going to break to the right, and then right there, he sees that. Look at the guys. That's great blocking angles. And now right here, to be able to split that and get past Elijah Hicks. 30 years old, coast to coast. Great stuff.
Gives the Falcons their first kick return touchdown in 12 years. And boy, with their offense sputtered.
Oh my goodness, right?
Just what the doctor ordered.
Sputtered might be too nice. I mean, it has not been pretty since that opening drive.
Special teams.
Huge role. Both sides. That's great. You know, we talk complimentary football, and that is always the forgotten phase. And it's been huge today.
I mean, Richard Hightower and his group on that side doing a heck of a job as well for Chicago.
Putting the crown on him. He is the king of kick returns.
That's awesome.